Hello Internet friends, Chris Masto here with a hopefully short and sweet and admittedly probably irrelevant to 99.9% of people video, but I got myself one of these box strapping tools and the instructions are just miserable. So I figured out how to use the thing after a little bit of trial and error. I figured somebody else out there has got to buy one of these and go searching for instructions, and maybe they'll find this video and I can save you a few minutes of time. So there's 4 pieces here, I guess, if you count the strap. The strap, and then there's this ratchet cutting thing, and then there's this crimping tool, and the actual crimp bracket. I don't know what you call it. I don't know what these things are called. It doesn't matter what they're called. But the point is, first thing you have to do is get yourself oriented in the right direction, right? So the thing to keep in mind, I guess, at least with this thing, is that I'm over here, and I want this free end to be facing away from me. The other end of this is on the spool. So knowing that I want to end up with essentially this type of a loop, and I want this free end to be facing away from me. In the instructions, they have you put this thing on at the very end, which is kind of nuts because it's all folded up. So I think it's easier to just slip this on before you start. So the first thing I do is slip this, wish I could think what to call that. Crimp. It's a thing you crimp. Cramp, I'll call it the cramp. Just slip that on, and then I just slide it down so that it's out of my way. But trying to keep all the orientation the same, right? So I'm going to feed this through underneath the pallet so that it comes back up like this. Okay, so now this is so far so good, right? But this is the part that's sort of non-trivial, not obvious, right? There's a bunch of different things going on here. That's the cutter. This is the capstan. They keep referring it to the capstan in the instructions. And then there's this little grabby foot thing here. So the first thing you need to do is concentrate on the free end here. And what you're going to do is squeeze this so that the grabby foot is released, and then stick this under it. And then important here is to stick the free end here underneath the cutter. You don't want to put that through the cutter because you're not going to cut this part. So that's how it looks. Hopefully that's showing up okay on the video there. This is the way you want to end up with this in the mechanism. Okay, so now that's clamped underneath that foot. It's not going anywhere. Makes sense? Hopefully that makes sense. All right, now, while I was fiddling around with that, my clip slid down and went underneath the box. So don't let that happen. Make sure you don't lose the clip, or you'll have to crawl under the box to retrieve it. Okay, so anyway, straightforward so far, as long as you know where that goes. So this part, after it wraps around the box, slides into the slot there in the cutter. Now this is on top of the other part. And then through the capstan, there's a bunch of different slots in it. Doesn't really matter. Just put it through 2 opposite sides so that it can grab onto it. Okay, and I'm going to do that again. I'm going to just do it. For one thing, this clip needed to be over there, so I pulled the clip toward me. That's a mistake. The clip needs to be on the other side because it's eventually going to clip over both of those things like that. See? So make sure that clip is over there, and feed it through the cutter. Feed it through the capstan. You kind of have to do both at the same time because it's flat. Okay. There we go. Could have done this a lot more smoothly, but whatever. I'm not claiming to be an expert. I've used this a sum total of twice. So this is the 3rd time I'm using this thing. Okay, so now this is the part. I'm going to move it a little bit towards me, just because I want it to look like the other ones, and that's where I put it. Okay, so now this part is pretty straightforward. What you do is you lift up on the handle, and it ratchets. It pulls on the strap, so it gets tighter every time you do that. So it's turning the capstan, it's pulling on the captive end of the strap there. Now you tighten that up till, I don't know, however tight it's supposed to be. I have no idea how tight it's supposed to be. Tight enough. I don't think you want to really reef on it and break the thing. Now, then you take the clip and you slide it over. You have a free end and you have this end. So you take the clip and you slide it so it's over both of those now. So grab that free end with it. And then you take this crimper, and you pretty much do the obvious thing. Open the crimper all the way, put the jaws of the crimper over that clip to get it nice and tidy, and then just give it a closey, and that's it. So now this is crimped on there. So those are attached together. And then finally, the clever bit is previously you've been lifting the handle up to ratchet. Now when you push the handle down, it'll cut that, and then you can slide it right off the side. And there you go. Strap attached. Got it? I hope so. Maybe it's obvious, but it took me a couple minutes to work this out. So it probably takes you longer now to watch my dumb video than it would to figure it out on your own, but that's how the thing works. So again, before you start, put the clip on. All right, here we go. One last time to hopefully show this, right? Squeeze the thing, put the free end there underneath the cutter and underneath the foot. Let go of the thing. Then take the other end, making sure the clip is out of the way and on the correct side. Put it through the cutter, through the capstan, like that. It's on top of the other strap, and then you're gonna pull up on the handle until it's tight around the package. Then you're going to take the clip, slide it over both of these. Use your crimping tool to crimp it, and this will be easier when it's actually on a box because that helps, the tension helps hold it there, but this is, let's make a crappy crimp just for the sake of demonstration. All right, crimp it better than that. And then squeeze this thing and it'll cut that, and you can then take it off and you have your loop done. Okay, anyway, that is how at least I have been using this. Hopefully I've been using it correctly. And I hope that's helpful for the one person out there in the future who finds this video and finds it useful. Oh, and I'll put a link to where I got these things from in the video description in case. It's pretty much a lifetime supply of this strap. It's like 1,000 feet or something. So I'm never going to, probably never use it again. The end, bye.